What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Smackdown review. This is the go-home show before the horror show this Sunday at Extreme Rules, and there's a lot going on in the show tonight. Intercontinental Championship on the line, and whatever they have left to, preview before Extreme Rules this Sunday. But we do have a different opening for SmackDown this week. We actually went through several wrestlers talking about what they're going to do tonight. From AJ Styles talking about he's going to beat Matt Riddle and still keep his Intercontinental Championship. To Riddle training, saying like, what does AJ even mean, huh? Annoying jackass and whatnot. That the bro runs the show. And they went from Daniel Bryan, I guess somewhere in the woods or something, talking about there's going to be a new Intercontinental Champion. With Alexa Bliss talking about her mystery guest tonight. Miz Morrison talking about Strowman and everything, or if he's afraid to fight him. And Morrison, like I say, he's terrified and whatnot. Strowman talking about Bray Wyatt. Nakamura and Cesaro talking about the stipulation for their match tonight. And the New Day talking about how they're gonna, Big E's going against Cesaro right now. He's supposed to be the Swiss, Cesaro's a Swiss Superman. It's a bird, it's a plane. It's gonna be a fist just like Lois Lane in his face and whatnot. So a different opening, basically just talking about everybody that's on the show tonight and tell them what they're going to be doing tonight. So they just kind of had the camera switch to several different people. So an interesting opening, though, to kick off the show. But yes, the New Day were out first, though. Of course, they throw their jackets at Corey Graves like usual nowadays. That's the new thing. But it was Big E versus Cesaro to see who would get the stipulation for their match this Sunday at Extreme Rules, since the tag titles are on the line. Now, they had this thing. It's either going to be a table match or a steel cage match, which I guess apparently there was a vote or something going on with that. But since I guess it was a tie and everything, they had to determine this by a match. The match was okay for what it was. Of course, it ended up with Big E trying to go for the big ending. Nakamura hits a kick on Big E, and Cesaro wins with the Gotch style, I say just the neutralizer in general. Next thing you know, Cesaro and Nakamura went to get a table, but Kingston pretty much did a dive onto them outside of the ring. They put Cesaro on the table as Big E was on the apron and Kofi was getting up to the top rope on his shoulders, but Nakamura got Cesaro out of there. So basically, this is going to tell you what the match is going to be for Extreme Rules, since we saw a table. So it's basically an easy answer from this point to, what the match will be this Sunday. But they then went to Kayla Braxton, who is back on, back on TV again. She was gone, if I remember, because she ended up catching the virus again for the second time in a row. So I guess Kayla Braxton is back. She interviewed Corbin, asking him who he thought the winner was going to be tonight with AJ and Matt Riddle. Talking about, the bro is nothing but a boy. He kept pretty much talking about Matt Riddle throughout the thing. So I think we all know where that's about to go. Next up, Cesaro and Nakamura were talking about the stipulation and everything, and which should they choose. Nakamura talked about the cage match, how it could break bones and be very dangerous, and that's a car crash and whatnot. But Cesaro said, he couldn't get his, get the image out of his head, the New Day, just grating against the cage, but he likes beating up New Day with the tables. So, you know what? We're going to do a tables match. They both agreed to a tables match, and that's going to be a thing this Sunday Extreme Rules. Basically, when they brought the table out earlier in the night, that basically gave it away, what match it was going to be. So, obviously, it was not going to be a steel cage match, of course. Next, though, we went to a moment of piss with Alexa Bliss, or they like to call now the alluring Alexa Bliss, and Alexa, I think you got the wrong thing going on here. Not music. Alexa, what is up with this thing? Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop, okay? Sorry, that machine does a lot. You say the word and then you know what's going to happen. But was it the eccentric Nikki Cross, though, and whatnot? And I guess they went on to talk about this is the 5th anniversary of the women's revolution, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know. It's just the day when Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte were debuted on Raw 5 years ago. One thing I should say also, which is also today, is an anniversary of that. Over 9 years ago today, Money in the Bank 2011 happened. CM Punk versus John Cena. Wow, I'll never forget that crowd reaction in that match. That was still one of the best matches I've seen in a long, long time. I don't care if anybody says during that time period. I say CM Punk kind of got me really back interested in wrestling. Like, I was always still watching, but I don't know. It's like my interest was really low until he kind of came around at the time with the whole shoot promo. And Money in the Bank 2011 was a big day to remember, folks. So remember that, Money in the Bank 2011 and whatnot. So that is a very big anniversary day 9 years ago. But like I said before, basically Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross started milking time, talking about the LA Lakers are going to win the NBA championship, predicting what was going to go on tonight in Extreme Rules with matches, and that Nikki Cross talking about being a surprise guest. So who's going to be the next women's champion? But Bliss told her to calm down. You've had too many coffees and whatnot. And, we're going to bring up the mystery guest, but Sasha and Bayley came out there. Bayley said she's going to beat Cross on Sunday, and that they are the architects of the women's division, that they were the first women's tag team champions, so I say chips, and champions, and that, Sasha's going to be the Raw Women's Champion. They're going to have all the gold and running things around here. So that's how they said that was going to go. But next thing you know, Asuka came out. That was the mystery guest, which was basically a letdown because all Asuka did was come out. Everybody starts brawling in the ring. Asuka joins the fight, and then we get a tag team match with Sasha and Bayley versus Nikki Cross and Asuka. So yeah, not much of I guess I should say mystery really. It's just Asuka, so it didn't really I don't know, kind of let down when you think about it. But like I said before, Matt Riddle, I guess he was boxing with Drew Gulak backstage, and Daniel Bryan talked about, Matt's got this coach and everything, which is basically Gulak to help him, so there you go. But as I said before, Sasha and Bayley going against Nikki Cross and Asuka. Now, Nikki Cross and Asuka should be a team, okay? That makes more sense than Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, because with Nikki Cross and Asuka, you have this high energy and craziness to them. Even them dancing on top of the table and whatnot was like just very entertaining. I will say that. Like Asuka and Nikki Cross, you just combine crazy with crazy and get something great out of that. That should be a tag team, okay? That fits like a tag team. I wouldn't say it's almost like an oddball thing, but it makes sense at the same time, though. As for the tag team match itself, it was okay. Bayley ended up getting the pin using the ropes on Nikki Cross. Once again, Nikki Cross takes another L right here, but Bayley does get the win before the pay-per-view. Will she lose the championship this Sunday? I don't know, okay? Because I noticed one thing, if you win before a pay-per-view, you're going to lose, okay? So that could be the case. I don't know, but I guess I didn't want to have the tag champions lose into a makeshift tag team and whatnot. Now, of course, Asuka's not taking the pin because she's the champion, so we'll see what happens from that. Miz and Morrison talk about the hero that's going to slay the monster and everything, and the horror movie is, the hero's best friend is going to step up and face the monster. But Miz, I'm not a horror movie fan and whatnot. So I guess he said I have his back out there tonight. We then went to the Firefly Funhouse, which was classic Bray Wyatt, of course. And, humming, he's got the whole world in his hands. The top how Strowman was nothing but a lost sheep and just looking for a home until he found him and everything. And then he left, or so he thought, because they showed a montage of where he was before when he was doing very bad matches and when he left the Wyatt family. But Wyatt basically said, it's a special place where the devil's dance and the horrors of the world feel at home right now, and it's where you enter, you can never truly leave, where she was standing by a swamp, by the way, and that the monster that he created is scratching and waiting to come home. And Wyatt basically said it still lives with Strowman, basically, that, the gifts have bestowed upon him, and that, and that, he must control now. The monster that he created is now the monster that Strowman has become. So he says, you know where to find me. Come home run, and then blew out his lantern. So basically, we got classic Bray Wyatt promo, which was not bad and everything on Strowman. I still don't know where this swamp fight is going. I'm surprised not even for the belt this Sunday, but that's what we got. Miz and Morrison came out then. We didn't get Braun Strowman in a very loud yelling promo, which I'll give him this. It wasn't bad because he got everything out, but it's almost like you're just screaming and shouting. I'm not saying I'm not trying to say he's just trying to remember his lines, but he talked about there's a time when every man must grow up and face his fears, and then he's gonna go home Sunday. He kept saying that several times. Are you getting ready for a match right now? Or are you about to go home? Because he's going home. He's facing Wyatt, and he's gonna do the prevent Wyatt from becoming the Fiend, and then he's going to go home, and he's going to take him down, and he's going to end Wyatt before Wyatt ends him. And Strowman basically went on to say that he's going home this Sunday, so he's at home several times. But then next thing you know, we got John Morrison jobbing out to Braun Strowman in under a minute. So let me get this straight. We had John Morrison in a great match 2 weeks ago against Matt Riddle. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. He goes against Matt Riddle, puts on a great match. Now he's out here jobbing to Strowman and become cannon fodder because they got to help Strowman get over in his little yelling promo or whatnot. Which it wasn't even that bad all the way. It was actually pretty good. It's just some say he didn't speak English while saying he didn't understand, but he showed good fire out there. I will say that when yelling, but I don't understand why Morrison is jobbing him in under a minute after he just had this match with Matt Riddle a couple weeks ago. And then, next thing you know, they got, I guess, the medic team coming down to help Morrison. And Strowman just kept saying, I'm coming home as he went to the back. Miz helped Morrison out and everything, which I'm sure a lot of people thought Miz was about to attack Morrison and Miz was going to turn on him. But as he helped him to the back, Lacey Evans came out, basically all about Naomi, saying that Naomi's glow was going to sparkle. Not much to say from this match here. Lacey Evans ended up using Naomi's hair, her braids, to tie it to the ropes, and Naomi tried to get out of it. She ended up getting hit by a woman's right, and Lacey Evans got the win. Basically, Lacey Evans is a heel again now because she lost the karaoke contest last week, which was very bad. So that's the reason why she's a heel, folks. She lost the karaoke, so now she's a heel because of karaoke. Why? I have zero clue. Makes no sense. I don't really care about Lacey Evans either way, but now this is just a very dumb idea to have her be heel because of karaoke. But hey, that's Bruce Pritchard for you, so yeah, blame Bruce Pritchard right there. Jeff Hardy was interviewed by Taylor Braxton as they asked him about, Sheamus with the whole drinking thing and trying to get Jeff to turn back to his demons. And Hardy basically says he's battling a bully and it's like battling an addiction you can't hide from. And that, fighting Sheamus in a bar is a risk he's willing to take. As, they asked him about the Intercontinental title match and he talked about how he should have been in it. But after that whole little thing Sheamus framed him for with the car, he couldn't be in that match. Next thing you know, Sheamus came out of nowhere with a kick bro kick, and pretty much told Jeff, you can't run or you can't hide from it or wish it away. I'm going to cleanse you of your demons, and I'll see you next week on SmackDown, basically. Well, I guess you'll see him this Sunday also for this bar fight. There you go. Next, they still got more episodes of Undertaker's documentary. I didn't know this thing was still continuing. I guess just sitting down telling stories or something. I don't know. Something with Undertaker, I'll just say that. Sasha and Bayley were walking in the back then as they were being interviewed, talking about the match this Sunday with Bayley. Basically said that Sasha's going to get the gold and that Bayley's going to send Nikki Cross back to the chimney sweep as they walked away. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss were walking as Nikki Cross she didn't know what to do and she's tired of losing, that her friends and family are just walking back home in Scotland. And now her confidence is shaking. She doesn't know what to do. Bliss said that you can beat Bayley, but Cross didn't know what to do and almost kind of doubted herself. But she heard Sasha and Bayley laughing. She ended up running, attacking Bayley from behind. Sasha tried to pull him off, but, Bliss came in and he just basically pulled each other apart. As, Bayley says, put her on a leash. What the hell is this? How dare you attack me and everything? What is this? What is this? So there you go. But next thing you know, we did get the main event of AJ Styles and Matt Riddle Intercontinental Championship. Good match. Real good match. Very enjoyable. I knew everybody thought it was going to be good in general. I didn't really think Matt Riddle was ever going to win the Intercontinental title, but I enjoyed this match a lot, though. This was a good watch. This was a very good match. Styles had went for the calf killer, but Riddle basically put him into the bro mission then during that transitioning. But AJ Styles was able to roll him up and transition to a pin and get the 3 count, retain the title, and a clean finish, I should say. Also, nothing dirty there. Now I know Matt Riddle, he's basically got back up after. He looked pissed off. AJ looked at him as AJ ended up offering him a handshake. Then him and Riddle shook hands, but Corbin attacked from behind. AJ Styles just left the ring and didn't even help. So Corbin beat up Matt Riddle before he got out of there. So yeah, that's your next feud, folks. Corbin and Matt Riddle. Yeah, I'm sure nobody really wants to see that, but hey, Corbin's your top heel apparently, though. So there you go. But as for the match for AJ and Riddle, very good match, very fun watch, probably the best match on this entire show. I will say they tried to get a couple things with this go-home show, from the Wyatt promo and Strowman's promo, and I guess this bar fight happening. The women's title match is coming up also, so they actually got some type of build for this Sunday. I will say that. A lot of stipulations and matches for Extreme Rules. So, yeah, that's what I can really say from it. It's better than last week's show, okay? I will say this. Smackdown was better than last week. Last week was horrible. That was bad. Real bad. A very bad show. This was at least somewhat decent, I should say, at least a little bit decent, and we actually got a good main event on here. One thing I will say I don't like is that you got Morrison out there just jobbing to Strowman after they just put him in that match with Riddle of 2 weeks ago. Now he's jobbing for some reason. Will Miz turn on him? I don't know, but we'll see, okay? But like I said, SmackDown was at least decent to some parts for a go-home show. Like I said, it was better than the bullshit they put on last week, okay? But other than that, though, that's my review of SmackDown and everything. I will be back tomorrow night for a review of Slammiversary. Gonna see how that's gonna turn out depending on what type of review I do for it, but I will be doing a Slammiversary review for it tomorrow night, and of course we will see it this Sunday for an Extreme Rules review also. So yes, 2 pay-per-views over the weekend. We will see what happens from this. So I don't know. It could be good. It could suck. I don't know. But I will see you tomorrow night for Slammiversary, though. So other than that, though, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. You know what to do. Like this video, comment, subscribe. I'm sure I repeated everything over and over and over and whatnot, but yes, you know it's me, the HWD, coming with the news and reviews. You know I am, know what I do. Going down, we'll see you this, well, not this Sunday, but we're done with this review for SmackDown, okay? So I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'm out of here. Peace.